Hi, welcome back. This is Shay from The Learning Project, and I'm sitting at my desk at my computer, and I'm trying to locate and to find my ink. Still looking for that ink. I actually went to the office and talked with the office staff and inquired, and they were like, no, we have not seen your ink. And so now I'm just going to kind of look up the order and just to see what has gone on with the order, because maybe the money is still sitting in the account to where I can maybe reorder it. Maybe I didn't hit send. I don't know. I'm hoping that's the case, but yeah, I'm gonna go look now and to see what's going on with the ink and the order from the ink. So I'm just gonna take you along that journey with me, and I'm hoping that I find out what happened. So we shall see. Okay, I'm looking. I really appreciate the fact that I receive and that we get money, but it is a little cumbersome trying to, order and follow up. And, what I really should have done, which was followed my mind, right? And just gone and purchased the ink and then submitted the receipt for reimbursement. But I didn't really feel like doing that. I didn't feel like the money coming out of my account, all of that. I just said, let me just order. And my coworker was like, why didn't you just order the ink to come to your house? And I was like, because when I tried to do that, they were like, red flag, red flag. And so she says she has hers going to her house. So I'm like, oh, that's good to know after the fact. But like I said, it stopped me from doing that. So I'm kind of going in to see how much funds I have left. Okay guys, so I'm looking at this and it says, thank you, your order has been submitted for $79.80. So I'm trying to go back in to see what's going on. So, it's still showing that I have a balance of $79.80. So let me see. Okay. Oh, okay. It says that I ordered it through Staples, and it says that the customer service system has been down since November 28th, and that is it. So it says the vendor apologizes for the delay and inconvenience as they work to resolve the problem. So what I think I'm going to do is this. I just want to double check. It says that the money is still in there. So that's good, right? I'm really glad that I didn't lose the money, because really I had it in my head that the money's gone and just, obviously I'm not going to order again through Staples. So I'm just going to double check that the money is in there. The money is in there. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and just buy the ink and then submit the paperwork for reimbursement. I was thinking there are many companies that they offer that I can choose from in order to get the ink. But at this point, I'm not desperate. I really don't want to go through my account, but I don't know. I'll let you know what I'm going to do. Oh yeah, and by the way, in my classroom, I've had students out. I had 5 students out today, 5. And I mean, one of them, she's doing cheerleading competition, but the other 4 are all out with strep throat and the flu. I don't know if you can hear it, my congestion and all of that. My voice is bad, but I have been sick. I think I shared with you guys for months. And so they came in and my assistant principal was like, I need you to be okay. You need to go to the hospital or something, because that cough and, what's been going on with you. He said it's been going on for weeks and weeks. And I'm like, you're right. So I do go to the doctor on Friday. So I'll let you know what the doctor says. I have really been diligent. Really, my family, really my mom has really been making things for me to take and buying, the old school remedies. You guys know Father John and all of those old school stuff to take. So I've been taking a lot of medicine, a lot of lemon juice and honey, and just, a lot of turmeric and garlic. She did that mixed with onions. My mom did that to break up the cold. So I'm actually feeling better. But I do go in 2 days to the doctor. So I'm thinking I need an antibiotic. We'll see. But I am feeling better. And I'm so thankful for my family. You know, what would we do without our family, right? I love my family. And we support each other, love each other. But anyway, I keep digressing. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can order this ink from somewhere else. And then I'll keep it moving. Now today I'm going to be talking about parent-teacher conferences. I'm sorry to interrupt this program. I just wanted to come in as Shay from the future and just to say that, guys, I went to the doctor and I ended up with 6 prescriptions to take. The doctor was like, have you been feeling okay? Have you been breathing well? Your chest seems tight. You know, you're just coughing and coughing. My assistant principal was like, Shay, when are you going to the doctor? You need to go to the doctor. And so anyway, I was shocked, to say the least, the fact that I needed to be on that many medications. And I knew that I wasn't feeling well, but I didn't really realize it was that serious. And I just wanted to say, guys, it's important to take care of your health and to take care of yourself. And a lot of times I know, you know, in this profession, it's like more trouble to write the lesson plans to be off than to be off. Like, I might as well just stay and work because the amount of planning that has to go into me just taking time off is like a lot. And so oftentimes I know that we, as teachers, we don't take off. We just, you know, come in. I even had, not my colleague, but my friend's colleague, she was in the hospital writing like sub plans, you know, plans for the substitute teacher from her hospital bed. She was getting calls from the school saying, okay, what about this? What about that? You know, your students need this, they need that. So guys, listen, let's just put ourselves first, take care of ourselves, because at the end of the day, if we're not okay and we are sick or have to be out even longer as a result of us kind of pushing ourselves last, then, you know, our students suffer and inevitably we suffer. So again, this is just Shay from the future, just interjecting into this program, and I'll see you later. Take care of yourselves. But I wanted to give you a little bit of the background story behind why I wanted to talk with you all about this topic. So, as you all know, I am a kindergarten teacher. If you didn't know, if you're new to my channel, I am a kindergarten teacher. I've been teaching for a couple of years, and I had one of my former students' parents came to my classroom and wanted to talk with me and wanted to share because she was a little bit confused about something. So essentially, the teacher of that student, of my former student, wrote a note saying that, number one, that this student, that he needed tutoring in math, and that number two, another week, the teacher sent a note home saying that this student needed help with writing fluency. So the parent was like, you know, a little bit confused because number one, her son has an A in math. Okay, so he needs tutoring in math, but he has an A in math. So that was concerning. And then the second thing was that she didn't understand what writing fluency is. And, you know, so we looked it up. I had her look up what writing fluency is. And when she looked it up, it said such things as prosody, automaticity, those types of verbiage. And she was like, I don't understand, you know, what this is. I don't understand what to do. And so I said to her, have you talked to the teacher? Did you go back to the teacher to talk to the teacher to find out the specifics? Because I said, okay, if the teacher's saying that he needs support or even a tutor in math and he has an A, what skill is, does he need support in? What skill does he need scaffolding in? And she didn't know. And so I was like, oh my goodness, let me come on and talk with you all a little bit about parent-teacher conferences, okay? Because essentially what a parent-teacher conference, at least what it's geared at doing, is the parent and the teacher coming together and discussing the child, whether they're discussing them academically, socially, emotionally, or behaviorally, but they're discussing the child, the student, for the total success of the student, right? So it's both parties coming together to sit down and to discuss this child. And the goal of it is to come out with understanding. The parent leaves away leaves with understanding of, okay, this is the support that my child may need at home, or the extra support that they may need outside of school for learning. And then the teacher walks away with, oh, okay, this is what the parent is going to do, and this is perhaps what I can even change up and maybe do to support the child in the classroom. Okay, so that's really a meeting of the minds, and that's the goal, is to come out with it with information to better support, or the child. So if you're a parent and you decide, wait a minute, I think I need to have a parent-teacher conference with the teacher, either my child's grades aren't, the best, or they're not where I feel that they should be, or if there's, questions that you have, you can go ahead and just, contact the teacher and ask for a parent-teacher conference. Now, those parent-teacher conferences can be anywhere from 5 minutes. It could be over the phone. It could be over Zoom. It could be in person. It could range up to an hour, 30 minutes, however long you need. You will have that space provided or allocated to you to be able to talk to the teacher. And one of the things also that you can do is you can bring someone with you. You can bring someone along with you if you want to be your support and to be your extra eyes and ears when you're talking to the teacher. And think about it. If you go to the doctor's office, sometimes you'll bring someone along with you, a family member or a friend or someone with you, just to be that extra set of eyes and ears so you won't miss anything that the doctor is saying. Well, the same thing goes for the parent-teacher conference. You can bring someone along with you to be that extra set of eyes and ears, listening and, being able to jot things down for you and those types of things during this parent-teacher conference. And I also encourage, parents, it's okay to come in with questions. You can even have some things that are written down just, so you won't forget. So when you get into that, setting or into that meeting, you can, refer back to it and then ask those questions as well. But it's always great and it's always good to have questions ready and available to talk to the teacher about, so you will be able to walk away with the information that you need, right? And then also you can request that the meeting be, if you don't want it just with the teacher, you can request administration to be there or a counselor to be there. It just doesn't have to be you and the teacher one-on-one, or you and the person that you bring in the teacher one-on-one. It could be, other people there if you feel that that is what you need, if you want, answers that perhaps maybe just the teacher can't provide. And then what I mean is, for instance, let's say if your child is, in the lunchroom, they're misbehaving and they're getting in trouble. Well, the teacher isn't with your child in the lunchroom, right? And so maybe an administrator is in the lunchroom and they see that type of behavior. So you can say, well, wait a minute, my child's, their conduct grade is really poor, but is due to them acting up in the lunchroom, but I want to speak to that person, that administrator who is with them. So I want to know exactly the behavior that they're engaging in the lunchroom. So you see what I mean? So you can ask for different people to be at that meeting. It just doesn't need to be you and the teacher one-on-one. So definitely ask questions and also ask for examples. If you feel that the teacher is being vague and they're not really, being specific about rather the skill that child needs to have strengthened, or if they're not giving you specific examples regarding whatever behavior or whatever, social emotional thing that needs to be addressed, ask for specific examples. And so at least you'll be able to know specifically, oh, this is what's going on. Or let's say, for instance, in math, if your child is, having difficulty, you can ask the teacher to show you the tests. You can ask them to show you any type of classwork or student work that they may have in their file, so you can go through it to see the grades and also to see the skill that needs to be reinforced. So, math is a general umbrella. Okay, get tutoring for your child. Your child is having problems in math. Okay, but what skill is it? Is it geometry? Is it measurement? Is it numbers, sense, and operation? Is it algebraic thinking? Is it subtraction? Is it addition? Is it, what is it? So, it's great to drill down with getting specific examples, and so that you can walk away with, at least saying, aha, I know exactly what it is that my child needs strengthening in, or, what needs to be scaffolded for them, right? Okay, so ask for examples. And then also what I would suggest is that you write things down. Yeah, that you write them down, because in the moment, a lot of times you may think or you will remember what the teacher has said, but 9 times out of 10, you'll reflect back on them like, oh my gosh, I think I missed a whole chunk. And a lot of times in my parent-teacher conferences, I encourage my parents to, get out their phone. They can take notes on their phone. Some have asked to record, that's fine as well. I was glad that they asked. I'm like, absolutely. So, with technology, we have so many, things just right at our disposal, like in our hands, that we can use in order to, take notes and to, be able to save that information so that you can refer back to it at a later time. And again, that's what that secondary person is there for as well. They're there to be your note taker, your second set of eyes, in order for, so that nothing really will be missed and all the information will be relayed. So now, as a teacher in a parent-teacher conference, I typically, and what teachers typically do, is we open the discussion with a positive, right? We talk about the strengths of the student, whether it be academically, socially, emotionally, or behaviorally. We are going to highlight what that child is doing well. We're going to highlight their successes and highlight their wins, right? And then I'm also going to have just examples of student work. So I keep a little folder when I'm having a parent-teacher conference. I keep a little folder, and in that folder I have a snapshot of their child academically. If parents don't ask to see the work, then I won't show the work, but just in case they do, I want to make sure that I have that information readily available, because it's nothing like asking a question as a parent about your child, and the teacher having to take 5-10 minutes or take a length of time to produce the answer. And if it's specifically something about their work, to have to go in a file cabinet or to find where they placed the work and produce it. So I'm always prepared with having a folder with a snapshot of their, student work. So if you're coming into a parent-teacher conference and I'm a teacher and we're talking about a reading grade, then I'm going to have their reading work. I'll have snapshots of other subjects as well, because I teach other subjects, but I will definitely have that file with that student work in it and ready to go. Now also I'll have examples of student behavior. So if we're having this meeting because of there's something going on with the child behaviorally, then I'll make sure I've written down and have those examples of what is going on with their child behaviorally. So again, it's nothing like asking questions or having a meeting and for me as a teacher to have to really think about, give an example or to try to find, the work, but I have it written down and I'll have those examples ready, to go. Now, also as a teacher, my job in these meetings is to listen. Is to be quiet and to listen. I have been witnessed to meetings, or I have witnessed meetings where the teacher has done all the talking. They've done 95% of the talking, and the parent has, just sits there and just listens and listens and listens. And when the parent tries to say something, then, or to talk or respond, the teacher cuts them off and still, is talking and talking. So it's also my role to sit back and to listen to the parent concerns, whether those concerns are about me as a teacher, the things that I'm doing, or just whether or not their concerns are about, their child overall. But, I remind parents too that I am for their child. We are partners in this, and ultimately I want their child to succeed. I want their child to have the best grades and have the best, school experience that they can have. So if I need to sit back and listen to hear, the parent's heart, or to hear their concerns, or, I'm willing, I want to do that. And I try to have an open door policy where parents feel comfortable coming to me to discuss. Hence why my former parent came to me, because she felt like she could really express to me what her concerns were about the note from the teacher, and then she wanted my advice about what it is she wanted to do or could do, right? So also, if I'm suggesting to a parent that their child needs reinforcement in a certain skill, or if their child may need tutoring or specific support that way, I'll have written down the resources. I will already have the resources available for them. So for instance, if I'm saying, okay, your child perhaps may need some tutoring, then I'm going to have the information to the free tutoring that's at the library. I'm going to have their number. I'm going to have everything written down. I may have a card. Or if, I will say, well, we offer free tutoring here at the school. I won't just say your child needs this and then that's it, hands off. But I'll actually have the resources or the information that's available so that they can go and take it to the next step. Now, this particular parent that I was talking to you about, she was just like, he needs tutoring. Where do I get a tutor? I tried, going online. I tried calling. Where do I need a tutor? And she was really upset. And I was like, oh, well, yeah, there's free tutoring at the school. She didn't know. There's free tutoring at the library. Like I just said, she didn't know. So have those resources and have that information available to give to the parent so they can follow up with that to get that support for their child. And one of the things I think as teachers that we need to be aware of and sensitive to is to not use teacher talk. They call it kind of teacher talk, or to be careful with the terminologies and the verbiage that we use during the parent-teacher conferences, because we're used to automaticity and we're used to those types of words, but parents aren't, right? This is not their profession. They don't know these words. So we have to stay away from that type of jargon and that type of teacher talk and just speak plainly. With this, that's my former student, what the teacher was trying to relay was that the child needed extra support with writing, but writing faster. And how we determined that and came to that conclusion is the parent, in my presence, class apped the teacher, and the teacher called the parent back, and the parent put them on speaker. And so I could hear, I was their second person, right, in this kind of, over the phone parent-teacher conference to hear. So she put the teacher on speakerphone so I could hear what the teacher was saying. And so the teacher was able to explain, the writing prosody, the teacher was able to explain that the writing fluency just meant that their child was taking a long time writing, and that when prompted, their child, because they were taking a long time writing, they weren't really able to write down their, thoughts and ideas on paper within a certain length of time. So really, all the child needed was just to write faster. That's really what she should have said. She's taking too long. He's taking too long. He needs to write faster. That's what it is. And then when she found out, or she inquired about the tutor, she was just like, oh, well, no, he's just not confident in math, and he just needs extra support with being confident in math. So it wasn't that he necessarily may have needed a tutor. The mom just needed to go over certain concepts and skills with him after school, just to ensure that he had a grasp of it. Even though he's producing a work, she just felt that he wasn't as confident as he needed to be. So, that's the goal, though, of these parent-teacher conferences. The parent was really glad that she talked with me, and she was glad that she, messaged and ended up talking with the teacher. So now she understands, okay, this is what my child needs. But as teachers, we just also need to make sure that our instructions and our information is clear so that parents can know, okay, these are the next steps that I need to take with the information that the teacher is giving me in order to support my child. So I hope that these tips have helped. I hope some of my examples have helped as well. And essentially, you know, if you're a parent, I really want you to walk away feeling empowered and feeling like, you know, the teacher is my partner and I should be able to go, you know, to him or her in order to find out the specific information that I need to support my child. And the same thing, if the teacher, we need to know that the parents are our partners, and we need to be able to relay and then listen to, you know, information in order to support their child or to support our students, to support them academically and support their overall growth and development at school. So yeah, okay guys, that's it for me. I am still a little bit stuffy, but I go to the doctor tomorrow. So we shall see. Hopefully I can get on an antibiotic and knock this little bug out. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. As always, this is Shay with The Learning Project.